couple of days ago, David Haddad was arrested. He was charged with aggravated harassment as a hate crime, and that is a felony. Because the crimes he was accused of happened in Manhattan and also in Brooklyn, he was brought in front of a judge in Manhattan and then brought in front of a judge in Brooklyn in two different jurisdictions. I'm here to express my outrage, my frustration, my anger. I'm really flabbergasted in finding out that when Haddad was brought in front of the judge in Manhattan, that the DA's office, Cy Vance's office, only asked for $5,000 bail. The judge in Manhattan, Supreme Court Judge Abraham Clott, he thought $5,000 was too much for what this guy had done, Haddad had done, and reduced it to $2,500. Then Haddad was brought to Brooklyn on a felony charge, on a charge which involves a hate crime. And he was brought in front of Judge Lopez, Linda Poust-Lopez. The DA in Brooklyn, God bless him, asked for $50,000 bail. He thought this was serious. He thought it was important to send a message to the people of this city that this kind of hate, scaring people in the city, scaring Holocaust survivors, that this was an important thing. He asked for $50,000 bail. This judge had the audacity, the chutzpah, to stick it to New Yorkers, to stick it to the citizens of this city, and released him on zero bail, on his own recognizance. Just let him walk out. What kind of message does that send to the people in this city? Police have said on the record he is a prime suspect in other areas, and he's back in the streets. He's back in my neighborhood. It's just beyond comprehension. I told the woman yesterday morning, he didn't do it. Don't worry about David. They're terrified. They're moving out of the neighborhood for a few days because they can't deal with this. This is an innocent New York family. These judges don't get it. They don't have a clue. They're living in a different world in their own shell. And to think that we're paying their salary? I mean, that is crazy. Let them explain. Let Judge Lopez explain why not even $5. Not even $5. Makes no sense. This is a family, neighbors of mine. This is what they got on Sunday on their tape. And after they got this message that I will play for you, they called me yesterday morning. And they said to me, the windows of our car were busted. I said, well, it definitely is not Haddad, because he's in jail. I thought he was in jail. I thought he was in prison. How silly of me to think that. I called the police. They are investigating it. They have made it very, very clear to me that whoever busted those windows of the car, that it was not to steal anything. That was not the person. It was pure vandalism, but it happens to be the same person who got this hate message, and that the police believe that all of this could be related to David Haddad.
Sunday, 3:04 p.m. All the Jewish are going to die. All the Jewish people died. It's not a joke. All the Jewish are going to die. One by one, all together will die. They're all going to die. All the Jewish are going to die. They're going to go to hell and die. All the Jewish people, they must die. From Rabbi Shishim, from Rabbi Kashim, they're all going to die. All of them will die.
You listen to that tape and your blood runs cold. It's terrifying to think of a woman playing her voice and hearing that message. And that is not just a hateful message. That is a threatening message. That's a message with an implication of violence. And to understand why we're so concerned, you have to connect that message to the fact that there have been such obvious displays of hatred, very visible, very physical, over and over again in this community, to the fact that her car was attacked, you can't feel secure with all that happening. So the bottom line here is the system is not addressing this. The system is failing us right now because we don't know if this man is going to commit another act. And the people of this city deserve protection. My job as public advocate is to make sure the city government is protecting its people. Right now, people in this community cannot feel secure knowing that someone like this is out there and knowing what he's capable of.